come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals.
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins.
They find some open field here. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Brandon Wilson now from his in.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
On the move to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Huntley to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he's got room. And he'll be out right at the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Pack 11, pack 11. 60 average, 60 average.
To throw, Huntley.
And this one complete to Will Fuller. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stout up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Burrow trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Come on. Hey, move it, my team. Hurt. Right there, hurt.
Here's Huntley.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Will Fuller, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
11.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time.
He's got a man, complete. He's at the 30. A big play there for Cincinnati. 55 yards.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
The top roll, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Another try for Mixon, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1.
Here we go.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone.
11.
Burrow will throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Okay, ready?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Rambo 80. 60 Jack. Rig.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
18 Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40.
Ready.
They'll look to throw again. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The offense schemed, going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot. and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
To throw on 3rd down. Huntley. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. Now Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1, ready?
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
On 2, ready?
Complete to Joe Mixon.
11 empty, 11 empty,
From midfield now, Burrow. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. McPherson now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw. Huntley.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 47-yard line.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Here we go, here we go.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This is caught. It's Boyd. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
He's got a man complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 32 that time.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Huntley. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Not too many breaks ahead, according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. From his end zone, Wilson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From his end zone, Wilson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. After the pick 6, here's Burrow again.
He sets to fire deep. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, and he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen stats. Wow.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Check mash.
From the gun on 3rd down, Huntley. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
11. 11.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
11.
Here's Burrow.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Huntley out to his left.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Burrow picked off by a guy he won a title with at LSU, Derek Stingley. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
122 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
65.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV.
So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is down to a field goal. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Operating from the gun, Huntley. Open. And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Bengals grab it. Oh, he's got a little daylight inside the 20. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 137 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Another run here with Dobbins. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Bengals will get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times
is beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Huntley's throw into the hands of Andrews. He's got room at the 30.
Powering his way forward and all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Here's Huntley.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins,
his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year.
And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with a minute 4 left to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Throwing, Burrow.
He gets this one to Boyd.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Second and goal from the 1. Touchdown! And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
McPherson on for the point after.
And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
Yes, sir. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 67 yards.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Here we go.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Takes it at the 7. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 11. 180. 180.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
Here we go. 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. They gotta go.
A final shot now for Burrow. He's gonna let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Ravens,
they'll wrap up on a high note, but will still finish 3 games below 500 at 7-10.
And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Bengals,
they wanted desperately to finish above 500.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting strong.